Okay, this is Judy Jam, September 24th, and we're going to start the way we usually start by going over some homework. So I'm going to go to Chrissy. Didn't you send me something, Chrissy? Oh, you know what it was?
Mm-hmm.
It was in a, where was that thing? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. All right, give me 1 second. Share, can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, let me just clean up all this stuff. All right. Okay, so Chrissy, this is your message of you statement. Do you want to read it?
Sure. I can't quite see that.
Oh, you can't see it?
I can see it. It was just teeny tiny. I've got my glasses on, but.
Okay, wait.
Sorry.
Can I make it bigger here?
Let me try to do that too.
All right. It's too big. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So basically.
So I say to you, hey, Chrissy, what are you speaking on?
I'm speaking on.
No, you read it. Oh, okay. Well, you know how. Right?
Okay. So you know how women who have left a toxic relationship and they're seeking help living life on their own terms. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not sure exactly where else to go from there. That's just my
Oh, okay. So let's just hold on 1 second. No worries. You're doing great. Let me just find the message of you. The message of you is here it is. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just find the message of you PDF that you're going from, right? So the message of you PDF. Okay, module 1. Comedy PDFs for, give me 1 second here because this is what you're going from. Oh boy, this is, wait, it's here someplace. Hold it. How to write your intro, not module 2. Here it is. Okay, so here it goes. So Paul, who would you speak to if you were a speaker? Like what audience?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not doing message of you.
I know, but if you were, anybody.
Oh. Who is my audience? Depressed, bitter people?
All right, I'm not going to start with you. I'll start with myself. So here's a specific. Ask me, let's just say, Chrissy, you're in healthcare, okay? And you're trying to find a healthcare speaker. And ask me what I speak about and watch how I follow the formula. So do you see, you know how, insert your audience. Have this problem, they are. Okay, my credibility. So if you ask me, hey, Chrissy, ask me, who do you speak, what's your speech about? Just, what do you do? What do you speak when you come to an organization? Ask me.
Okay. Hi, Judy. So what is it that you speak? What is it that you speak about?
Well, you know how nurses and people in healthcare, okay, so I covered that, have this problem. They are so burnt out. They're working longer hours. The demands are intense. They're dealing with the minutia of and I'm making this shit up, by the way. They're dealing with the minutia of, insurance companies and then they're having everybody nurse. I need you right now. I need you now. And they're constantly dealing with cranky people. Okay. Well, from my professional experience, I have worked over 100 healthcare events. I have been a stand-up comedy. I opened for Prince. I traveled with him, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I speak on using humor to combat burnout. And I also do this from my own experience of working in healthcare, whatever. And the results I give people, where I'm going to give them 5 techniques to show them how to let go of burnout. I'm going to show how to create laughter, decrease stress, and I'm going to get these results by an hour keynote followed by a 90-minute training that's interactive, really entertaining. Okay, so that's all we're doing, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a formula. You just plug it in. It's just writing prompts to plug in. So that's that. So let's go back to yours. All right. So, which is right, same place, right here. Okay, so now just give it a go. And Chrissy, bullshit your way through it. Okay?
Sure. Okay, so you know how women who have left a toxic relationship often need help getting back to life on their own terms. And they find that they are very surprised that they have a lack of identity after they've left a toxic relationship. So the problem is that they're often disconnected from themselves after they've left a toxic relationship. They find that they've become a doormat, and after a lifetime of putting others' needs first, and that's where they're surprised to find they have no identity. Sorry.
Okay, this is wonderful. I'm going to stop you for a second. Can I coach you a little bit?
Sure.
Do the problem again, but give me act outs of the women rather than telling me what they're like. Do act outs of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't, after they leave a relation, they're like thinking or they're saying. Go ahead.
Oh, they're like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want. I am finding myself in this pit of grief and sadness, and something is really wrong. And I don't know how to connect with myself. I feel isolated, and I also don't trust anybody.
Okay, that's great. You're really good at that, aren't you? No, you really are. You really, you jumped into the act out with no problem, but it makes it a little more immediate and that you feel you know the audience. Okay. Continue on. So, from my experience I
have one question here, actually, because my professional experience isn't anything in this world. So my experience is just from personal. But I was thinking, because I've been in library and research for 10 years, primarily a female-dominated field, I see a lot of women, basically just bend over backwards to help other people. So it is kind of like a professional trait. I don't know if well,
let's just keep going. I say, bullshit your way through this.
Okay, great. Okay, so in my experience as a library professional, I've seen women bend over backwards to help other people through and through. As an author of a book on healing after a toxic relationship, I've worked with women and also created a coaching program to help women reconnect with themselves after finding that they have been on the receiving end of toxic relationships.
Okay, great. Keep going.
So primarily I speak on how women can reconnect with their inner voice and who they are, regain their willpower, and get back to living life on their own terms, and possibly for the first time living on their own terms after leaving a toxic relationship.
And I'm going to do this do your methodology.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Teaching. I'm going to do this by teaching.
Okay, so I'm going to do this by teaching 7 actionable steps that help you start the healing process so that you can reconnect with who you are and understand your needs, understand the boundaries that you need to set with other people, and this helps you move into your personal power. And the steps are the foundation of the coaching program.
Okay, that's really great. All right, so I think you really have a firm hold on this, and I think this is really great work. How long have you been in the program?
Well, to be honest, I created the program about a year ago.
That's my program.
Oh, I just started. This is my very first time.
Okay, well, you've done more than a lot of people do in 7 months in this program. So
I literally did this over 2 hours last night, but I've also read your book. So.
All right. Well, don't make everybody else feel so bad or
I'm
just
sorry.
I'm just no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Obviously, you're a go-getter. Let me just give you some suggestions. Okay. Now, you worked for a library for 10 years?
Well, I've been in library services for 10 years.
Do they have meetings or events or anything like that?
Well, I currently work from home now. I'm more in research at this point. I'm not in an actual physical library any longer.
But the profession of librarians,
yes,
do
they
they have any meetings?
Yes, there's the American Library Association, which is a huge kind of.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 things to do. Okay. Your assignment for this next 2 weeks is to do a little research on where you're going to speak and who you're going to do this pitch to. Okay.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
Because you're going to have to adapt it depending on what's available.
Right.
So the first step is where you work, because that's more accessible to you. So just do a search, look up past library meetings, and what kind of speakers have they had, because I'm sure they do health and wellness. I'm sure they have communication speakers. So see who they've hired and see if there's anything you can do, because we can always, do one thing to sell ourselves to somebody and then adapt it by using stories. So this could be your heart story about what happened to you after you lost a relationship. Okay. And then you might go, gee, I really want to talk about, how to keep, face on the, keep your job even when you're dealing with trauma, some kind of thing like that, right? So you can broaden up what you talk about, so then you could pitch it to the people you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was really stuck here about that part. Like, who do I?
Yeah, well, that's why now you know how to write a Teamway Elevators pitch. You need to then, now let's get real about it. Who are you going to pitch this to?
Right.
So let's find because the way it is now is not a money-making speech, because it's like, all right, let's get together women who fit this criteria. And I think you should broaden this out to more like business women. Like, how do we keep our business face when we're dealing with personal difficulties?
Right.
And this would be under the topic of work-life balance. So why don't you look at what other successful getting paid speakers in work-life balance are doing? Because if you're just doing personal, you have some issues. You don't have a therapist license.
Right.
And it just gets very murky. But if you go, you do have the experience of having to work, at work, and get work done even though you're going through a personal crisis. So I don't know what the title of it would be or anything, but in my opinion, research life balance speakers. So what you're going to go on to Big Speak Bureau. It's a bureau. Go on to speaker bureaus. Pretend that you are a meeting planner and you're looking for someone like yourself, and see who gets hired. Okay. Because it's all there on the internet.
Right.
I do a lot of sneaky things, people. I do things like, I always go like, a speaker bureau will call me. Oh, you're up for a gig. And then, oh, you didn't get the gig. And I go, well, who got it? And then I will go and see who got it. And then I'll go, why did they pick this person rather than me? And then I'll kind of swipe some of their keywords, right? I'll look at their videos. I really do investigative process. And then I'll adapt what I do. I mean, a lot of times, if the person's like, a big Christian speaker, obviously I'm not. Who knew? But, obviously a lot of times it's a matter of personality. But you want to really use the internet to research. Okay, so good. You're done. You're cooked. All right? You get it. So take some notes. By the way, we're recording this, and so when I go over your stuff, you can look at it on YouTube in the Message of You channel and see that. Okay? All right?
Okay.
All right, so there's that. All right. Now we got Adam, who's going to pitch us some stuff. Give me some second. Some comedy. Good. I'm going to. Okay, so we got Adam. Adam, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
I really want to Well, you know what? I'm just going to do it old school. One of these. All right. Go to it, Adam.
Cool. So I got up to, let's see, like video 5. What do you think is the best way to go about this? Should I just start from the very beginning or more so
just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Just wherever?
Just wherever.
Okay, so I thought like a big thing when we were at the Groundings workshop was the half and half mashup. So I'm Indian and Polish, and remember I was like talking about my dad who was Indian, and you were like, okay, when you say you're Indian, I want to know what else you are. So I wrote like a few things.
Go to it.
Okay,
I know this is hard. It's really hard because there's no audience and we're not drinking. But
we could.
We could be. I wish we were. But go ahead.
It's early.
Go ahead.
So I'm part Indian and part Polish, and that means I'm a curry-flavored pierogi. Okay. So I have a few of these Indian Polish ones. I'm part Indian and half Polish, so I'm really good at math, but I don't smile while I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm half Polish and half Indian, so I'm always at the bar trying to avoid my father, who's trying to get me to marry his daughter, Jat's daughter. His neighbor, Jat's daughter. So, and then I did one from like where I'm from. So,
okay, stop 1 second. All right. I mean, the curry flavored pierogi is cute to introduce it. I love the act out of your father. Polish. What are the stereotypes of Poles?
I know, it was tough. I was looking it up, and one thing, because once you start looking these things up, a lot of really racially heavy stuff comes up. But so I was like, I don't want this to be like self-hatred. But so one of the big things was that they don't tend to smile a lot. They don't.
Yeah,
smile.
We don't know that. But growing up, back when I grew up and Paul grew up, we had Polish jokes.
Yeah.
You guys were known to be fucking stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
It was called the Polak, right? It was a Polak joke.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I would like you to go on a little rant about like you're half Polish and half Indian. These two things make me a friggin' joke, right?
Yeah.
It's like I am the butt of a joke. It's either I'm stupid or I'm cheap, right? It's like I'm stupid,
yeah. Maybe there's something in that because like
and I'm this, and you know what? Screw you all. I mean, I just would like a little anger about it because you know, comedy all comes from what you're pissed off about. And how do you feel? I mean, you know all the Polish jokes. Look up Polish on the. Did you hear about the Polish actress? She slept with the writer.
Oh God.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't.
Oh God.
Slept with the writer. What?
Writers have no power on a set, so that's right. You don't sleep with the writer. You sleep with the director.
I got you. Okay.
Right. Maybe
yeah, so maybe there's something that she like.
Sorry.
Well, Indian people are known to be so smart. So maybe it's like there's all these expectations set up for me, but like I can't fucking meet any of them.
Yeah, but the Polish part of me is going, what's an expectation?
Yeah, it's like I can't do calculus. You can either go with it.
Yeah. But I think what you should do, Adam, is really, why don't they stay in my ear? You should keep turning around. That is fucking stupid. It's not true. You know, Polish people and what, your mother's Polish?
Yeah, my dad's Indian.
And your dad's Indian. Now you don't mention your mom at all.
Yeah, because she's very she's American. So like her grandmom was from Poland.
Oh, so your grandma's from Poland. Did you know your grandmother?
No.
Oh, you didn't know her. Okay. All right. So either way, what you do with this is there need to be some energy into it, which like when you read all the stereotypes, how do you feel?
I'm like with Indian people, I like so get it. I get it. And I'm just like, when I talk about my dad, I feel like, wow, like he has all these fucking expectations and then it's like just not realistic at all, you know?
Then, I love that. What are they?
When I think about my mom, like my feelings about my mom are more connected to just her personality. Like it's not her being Polish per se. It's more like, oh, like, woe is me, like, I'm alone, like, you know, listen to this story and feel sorry for me. So
okay, let's try this. Let's stay off your mom. Let's get off the half and half mashup. Because
okay.
it feels a little inauthentic with the Polish thing, because it's not really, So why don't we just have it be about fathers? It's really hard having an Indian father because, okay, and writes, do you have any, can you write some while I'm working with other people and come back to you?
Okay.
And what
It's
else
really
did you
hard
have
having
for
an
the
Indian
other
father
exercises?
I'm sorry?
What did you have for the other exercises?
So I had, from the video 4, I had the reluctant admission comedy.
Oh, let's give me a go at that.
Okay. So I speak French. Well, I speak Spanish, and it's similar to French. Actually, I went to France when I was 16, and I heard people speak.
Wait, sorry, someone's knocking on the door. Could you, Anne? Thank you. Okay, start again. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I speak French. Well, I speak Spanish, and it's similar to French. Actually, I went to France, and when I was 16, and heard people speak French. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the next one?
I'm a pro Muay Thai fighter. Well, I fought competitively for many years. Actually, I've been to a gym once. Anyway.
I think the French thing should end with French toast. Now, all right, we're going to skip these, end with French toast. Actually, I just had some French toast. But it needs, the problem with these is that we have to have that come out of something that's real. So far, the first real thing you've told me is your father's expectations. And do you have anything else you got?
Okay. Well, as far as like in this reluctant admission thing?
Or? No, any other exercise, anything else?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I definitely have something. All right. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, cool. So the 3 qualities. Okay, so people say I'm controlling, I'm nice until you get to know me, and I talk down to adults like they're children. So I have like reasons about this. So the benefits of being controlling. I get to control things. I have to figure out what I want to get what I want. People are scared of me, and it gives me power. I attract people that like to be controlled. My mom knows how to relate to me.
Okay, can you take the word controlling and put a reluctant admission?
I'm sorry?
People say I'm really controlling. That, I'm not at all controlling. Well, actually,
okay.
Maybe a little bit. Well, actually, I have to go now because my slave is waiting in the cellar and I have to remove their, so this is what I want to do. These exercises, you did really well. And what really came out of it for me was that I want you to write about how hard it is having an Indian father, right? With, one of them's the expectations, what he expects, how hard it is, why is it hard, okay? And how stupid the stereotypes are. So right now, two lists, just a list, doesn't have to be funny, and we'll play with it. It's hard having Indian father, because the expectations, what's hard about it. And what was the other thing I just said? It's hard because...
the controlling thing?
No, not the controlling thing. I just said it.
1 second, I'm just going to write
Oh, yes. Stupid Indian stereotypes. So you're going to use 2 words. One is hard, expectations. The other is stupid Indian stereotypes, and make a list. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Paul?
Yes.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good. How are you?
Let me go to you here. Paul. All right. So making fun of yourself. Do you want to read it, Paul? Let me make it a little bigger. Hold on. Right. What am I doing here? That's not working. No, that doesn't work. Oh, I know how to, one second, okay. You. Okay, there we go. Okay, go to it.
Okay. People keep telling me I look tired all the time. Woohoo! There are advantages to looking tired. No one expects you to volunteer for anything. When you come to my house for dinner, I'm not cooking, you are. Hey, wake me when dinner's ready. Everyone at work understands that I'll always be late with my project. And I don't care either. Do me a favor, fire me. I'd like to think it makes me look dreamy, like James Franco or my pot dealer.
All right. I also would add something here. The next person who tells me I look tired all the time.
I'm gonna nap on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna nap on them. You're gonna tell me I look tired all the time. Well, well, you know what's weird about it? I mean, as just a thing, is like it's one of the few very negative things that people feel a right they can criticize somebody. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like no one says people always, God, you look tired. I mean, it's really like saying you look pathetic and ugly, right? Do you know? It's like, thank you.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
No, I'm not saying you do, but I'm just saying it's like the one thing that people feel that they have a right to comment on.
Right.
It's like, anyway, okay. I don't know, just, insert a retort.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I'm a coward, but I love these.
Oh, thank you.
People tell me I look tired all the time. Woo-hoo. People tell me, and I just I just make it act out. People tell me, Paul.
Paul, you look tired.
You look so tired. By the way, everybody listening, it's really good to, as many places you can, just add, you look so tired, Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Yeah.
Okay.
And I say, who? Yeah. Advantages to looking, hey, there are advantages looking, or you could add a dream, my darn mama. Actually, maybe you can go with it. Actually, these lines under my eyes, drawn on. Right. All right, go ahead. I'm a coward.
I'm a coward. Woohoo! There are advantages to being a coward. I'm as surprised as anyone when I do something brave. Paul worked in a war zone in Afghanistan for 2 years. Yes, I went to Afghanistan. Wait, I went to Afghanistan? Me? You live longer than brave people. Shakespeare says the hero dies only once, but the coward dies 100 times. I've been a coward so many times, but I still got like 300-400 more deaths to go. I'm going to live to 130 or 140, just me and a bunch of other cowards sitting around drinking and laughing and abandoning our children. The coward is the first to run. You got to have reflexes to do that. Maybe heroes are just lazy. Sure, they're shooting at us, but I'm in no hurry. What's the rush? I just want to finish this Oreo cookie. I like to eat the cream first. Ooh. If it weren't for cowards, how would we know what bravery is? Let's face it, heroes think they're better than us. You may have gone to college, but I have this shiny medal.
Okay, let me, do you know what I'm really, Paul, you're teaching in all these crazy places, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this whole thing is about being a teacher, you know, like, and I would turn it into another kind of a joke about teaching. It's hard being a teacher, you know, in a war zone, right?
I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I haven't.
You know.
I don't know how to do that with Afghanistan.
Really? Stop.
Yeah,
or I'm going to write you a negative essay. You know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I just, you know, I have done so many gigs, teaching events, because I used to be a teacher for 2 years, and
Yeah.
I have milked that for what it's worth. I don't know why you don't do it. You could put in all your jokes into it.
I'll see what I can do. It's taken me a long time to kind of process that experience. I mean, the only one I got is like when you're in a rocket attack, you're supposed to hit the ground and cover your head. But when you're sitting there waiting for this rocket to hit, all I can think about is, this really the most important thing to protect? Shouldn't I be covering my balls? Like, kind of sort of I don't know what to cover. And that's kind of all I've been able to do.
A lot of people don't realize that a lot of teachers are on the front lines of all these things, you know? And and teachers are such an oppressed group. They don't get paid a lot of money. They get shat on. They get, and I just think, I don't know, Paul, you're so fucking funny. You're such a good writer. Let me just show you something really quickly.
All right.
Hold it 1 second.
If I just sit down and work out premises, I can probably.
Well, it's not just that. It's from the point. You just write something seriously. So let me just show you this. If you go to Judy Carter and you go to education keynotes. Okay. There's nothing funny about teaching that Judy Carter doesn't talk. Now, I taught back maybe 100 years, you know, like 2 years as a teacher at a private school. So I don't even have a teaching credential, but they pay you like $10,000 a pop for these things, you know, and you can kind of see some of the stuff that I do here. Here are videos. Oh no, that's bullshit. Why do I have that on there? I got to change that. But here, down here, educators, Floyd County, Kentucky.
Where? I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing any of this?
No, all I see is.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me.
My stuff and.
Okay.
The 4 people.
All righty, new share. Okay, so this is what I have.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so, you know, I don't know. Where's my speech here? I think I've got the wrong things here. Oh, shit. I have the wrong videos here. No wonder I don't have as many teaching gigs as I like. I'll mount this up to the right one. And, but this is.
Okay. How do I find that?
JudyCarter.com. But
Oh,
I don't have the right thing on here. The right video. But there's so many gigs I've done for teachers, and you have an amazing stories, because I just think, you know, you should take your comedy talent and share your experience and make it funny, rather than just finding little observations for funny. I mean, my God, I want to hear about it.
All right, I'll think about it. I'm so burned out on teaching. I want to get out of it.
Exactly. Paul, listen to yourself. How do you think other teachers feel?
Suicidal.
So what can you give them? So what can you give them?
And cocaine. I don't know. All I can say is like.
Okay, I'm going to put the video up here, because I'm glad I went here, because I went, oh my God, I have the same video. I don't have my speech video. So I'll put it up here. I'll make a note, put video up here. But I'm just telling you,
The only
Paul.
solution I ever came up with is quit.
Paul, $10,000 a speech.
Well, okay, maybe I can come up with something for that.
Just go, what motivation can I give to other teachers? And I just go, power of appreciation, for teachers. And you were like not only teaching, but being shot at while you taught. Anyway, I got to move on because I want to get to our work today. But
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Let me just go to Edna. Edna, hi.
Hi, Judy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, not really loudly, but okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
There, now I can hear you. I can hear you.
I have to put this closer then.
Well, I hear you now. Okay.
Oh, good. Hi again. It's been 5 years, so.
I know. I remember you well. I remember you well.
Too? Oh my goodness! I went to your very first Message of You conference.
Yeah, you had a funny thing. Weren't you the scrolling girl?
Yes,
No.
I still use that joke.
Yeah. I think of you. That was such a good joke because she had a joke, everybody, about worrying about getting older. And then the joke was like, you go to the pharmacy and get your date and going scrolling.
There you are. Anyway, so I spent the last couple of years sort of trying to figure out what else I wanted to do. And I'm doing stand-up, speaking. I'm out there, so.
Okay, so this was Paul Blomeyer. And I'll read the rest of this in a moment, Paul, but let me just get to, and then we'll be finished with the homework, I think. Hold on just 1 second. Let me just try and find it. Let's see. Yikes. Let's see, it's not there. It's not. Oh, here we go. Okay, Edna. This is you, right?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, just read it to me. Okay.
You know how adult survivors of childhood bullying wish they could stand up for themselves, avoid criticism, or they're afraid of fulfilling their potential or taking a risk, or spend a lot of time on social media? Oh, I'm lost here. As an award-winning speaker, humorist, and graphic artist for more than 20 years, I learned to make peace with my childhood bullying. I took positive actions to rediscover, reclaim, and respect my value and self-worth.
Okay.
Do I go down to number 5?
Well, I have it here on the screen.
Okay. Oh, all right. So as well as what I learned, let me see. As well as what I learned from being bullied and beaten at the age of 14. Before that incident, I was playing classical piano, taking college prep courses, and dreaming of being a broadcast journalist like Connie Chung. Because of bullying, I developed terrible stage fright and I was afraid to speak up and express myself. I show the audience how they will lead a more joyful life that focuses on their interests and gifts and help them realize that they're stronger and more resilient because they did survive bullying. And I'm going to get to my results and I realized, Judy, that I'm too detailed here.
Okay.
But I am, I would like to go through, my 6. I have a method that includes 6 activities to help them express themselves.
Okay.
Anxiety. So anyway, maybe.
Really good start. Really, really great start. Congratulations. I just wanted, while you were talking, I pulled up some stuff. So let's say bullying speakers for schools, anti-bullying speaker. You can see that there's a lot of people who are making a living speaking on this topic. So that is a good, let's turn my notifications off. So that is really a good topic. Okay, very good. So The problem here is I speak on everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And who's your audience? Adult survivors of bullying? Where do they meet? I didn't know they have regular stuff. So we want to do, like, I have maybe 10 pitches depending on the clients. Like, I'll have a different pitch for a women's group. I'll have a different pitch for schools. I'll have a different pitch, all different pitches. Okay. So the pitch is really to a very specific person. So you got to go, adult survivors, where do they meet?
Oh, okay. So you want me to drill down and...
I want you to look up, because your next one is to look up who you're going to call and pitch this to.
Right.
So,
okay.
So I think, and what are your credentials that match helping people bullying?
Oh, I went through...
What are your credentials?
Oh, I went through Toastmasters, improv, and stand-up comedy to get over my stage fright.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
No. So what I really want you to do is to go to, let's go here, the message of you, okay, which is here, and establishing your credibility. So watch lesson 6.
Oh, okay. So you want me to jump ahead and
so here's lesson 6. Well, all you need to do in this is to watch the overview video. And it's at the bottom of every module. You see it says overview video, rewatch it here. So in this, you know, and let's see what this sheet looks like. To establish your credentials, what college, what letters, what have you studied, what jobs have you had? But it's mostly where people have paid you, because no one's going to go, great, you've been to Toastmasters, you're ready to speak to my group. You know, no.
So you're talking, okay.
What job have you had?
I was a speech communications teacher. I was a web development teacher, graphics design instructor.
Wait, what was the first one?
Speech communications, public speaking teacher.
Okay, public speaking teacher. Okay, so you teach people to speak. So now we can bounce off. Did people pay you to do that?
Yes, they did. And I still continue to guest speak.
Okay, so that is a credential. Okay. So you are an expert. What is your expertise in? So if you go, I speak on bullying. I wrote a book on bullying. I've been on ABC interviewed on bullying. I've done 20 speeches on bullying for these organizations. Now, if you don't have that, then you want to go to communications and how to resolve conflict, or how, you know, in the corporate culture, but you have to start where your credentials are. And that's why this program starts with establishing your credibility. So we can't just go, I want to talk on this. Okay, that's great, but no one's going to hire you because you don't have credentials. So we have to start. That's why I said to Paul's a teacher. He's teaching, you know, he could really make a difference in the teaching community. He has the qualifications to speak in educational conferences, of which there are like thousands of them every day. So Edna, you're totally on the right spot. Don't be discouraged.
I'm not.
Totally on the right spot. Really good. But let's get it realistically. Who are you going to call that you've worked with to get you, to get you into speak? Like,
all right.
Yeah, like, you know, like I tell in the video about, you know, one of my students who was a greeter, Banana Republic. Well, it's not a good credential. You know, I want to speak on, you know, relationships. I go, but you don't have a therapist credibility. So she spoke on being a greeter at Banana Republic, and she ended up speaking on customer service. She ended up speaking at Banana Republic, and then they sent her to speak to Banana Republic International on dealing with customers coming in the door. I mean, you got to start there and then watch it build.
Oh, okay. Well, I did that exercise already. I just looked it up. So I will go ahead. So that's my homework for the next Judy Jam.
Yes. Like, you know, and I would like to know specific people that you are going to be, you know, speaking to. Okay. All right. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, great. So I think that's did anybody else give me homework? Anybody else? Okay. So let's just go now to, I'd like to, us to work on comedy, everybody together, and then we'll come back and work on stuff. Okay, so I'm actually right now writing my, almost finished with my new book. And so we're going to do one of the exercises from the book. And if you do it well, you actually might get in my new book. So let's see what we can do. All right. You know, this is called comparison jokes. So I'm going to show you this, and give me 1 second. All right. You know, very often when comics get a laugh by comparing two things. All right. So here's a joke about them versus me. So it's always good when you're doing a joke about yourself to take it to another place. So like if you're doing, like I was working with Adam about his father had all these expectations because he's Indian. Then we mix in, what if, can you imagine if you compare it to something else? So let me give you some examples on that, okay? In this comparison joke, compare yourself to someone more successful than you, like Nick Griffin. So many stupid articles about celebrities always exaggerate their lives and try to make them seem so amazing. He worked 3 years as a dishwasher before he made it big. Hey, I worked 3 years as a dishwasher before I came a busboy. Okay, so it's the celebrity, da-da-da-da. Well, I, blah, 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 blah. You guys get that? Mm-hmm. Oprah says you can have extra money to spend by finding cash in your pockets. That's weird because I looked through my pockets and I found the old condom and 2 paper clips. I guess I could make a dream catcher. All right. So what we're going to do is this exercise. To pick a celebrity who's famous right now and act out a recent quote article that makes them sound successful. So I think one thing that's going on right now is something Trump, it's in the news that Trump, you know, asked, Trump might get impeached, right? Impeached because he got caught trying to get another country, right? Another country, what do you do to, you know, throw our election, right? So this is the tipping point, all right? All right, he got caught, right? And then we're going to do this. So the formula is, you know, that's so weird or hard or stupid because if I did, right? Here's another, like, the president of the U.S. is, this was back then, the president's 74 years old, we give him access to the nuclear button. My grandfather's the same age and we won't give him control of the TV remote. So we're comparing one thing to another, okay? So I was thinking we can start with Trump and wait, sorry, it's just, let me turn this off. We can start with Trump and then, you know, compare it to yourself. Do you guys want to try this? Does this seem doable? All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to break you into twos and you just have 10 minutes to talk about this joke and go through it. Let's see. Let me just, okay. So, so room 1, we're going to put Paul and Adam because you both are doing comedy. Room 2, we're going to have Janice and Edna. You both are speaking. Room 3, we're going to have Chris and Shala. And then the other room, Macy, why don't you just stay with me and let me meet you and see what you're up to, okay? So I'm gonna open rooms and just click. You'll see a click to join. And just, you might wanna take a picture of this, you know, a screenshot to see what we're doing. Trump says this, that's so weird because all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And then click and join the room. Yeah, Chrissy just joined the room there. And Chris, you want to join the room? Okay, great. And then Macy, you're new, right? Are you there? Hello? Hello, hello?